See, this be the problem, chat. Do people, let me ask you guys again. Do people actually want good videos? Let me show you guys something, chat. I saw this on Reddit this morning, and this was like, I don't know. I feel like you guys are gonna be like, this is cringy, it's not good. But I watched the video, and I said that the video was every bit as good as someone like Rada, and no one watched the video. I'm gonna show you guys the video. Who is this? This is someone named Maniacs, Selza, and the chat is saying he's just a trading card game channel. But I saw a bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh videos, so. But it looks like he does the history of Japanese TCG, so maybe he does other games in addition to Yu-Gi-Oh. Let me see if it's in my, what's it called? Cringe. You guys are already, how are you guys gonna cringe? You don't even know what the video is, chat. Hold on. If it's in, oh, I did see this. Yeah, RIP Master Duel. Hold on for a second. Wait, I don't think I can find the video. Hold on. Okay. No. Okay, hold on. I might have to find the video. It might take me a second to find the video. I blame allowing no Yu-Gi-Oh cards like VFD. I didn't hear you. Was away for a hot minute. Okay, everyone is saying $20. Prince New Blood, but I said $5. And I also said that what's it called already a 1 out of 1. Oh, Tatium was in the tournament? Good for him. Coder, Yada Lock, Race Thick Thigh for their amazing performance. Was able to last place. Aww. 0-1 drop. Well, I have to say record is back. Did you drop? I'll play in the next one. I promise, chat. I'll play in the next one. I promise. And I got caught up. I'm sorry. Oh, Smitty was here. Damn it, Twitch chat. Why didn't you guys tell me to apologize? I apologized to Smitty before, but why didn't you guys tell me to re-apologize to him? We agreed to play fun decks. I thought the tournament was the what's that format called, chat? I don't know. Like mentally, I just call it the fucking Selza format. If you want rulings, I go to Tombox. Hold on, I'm determined to kind of like find that video, chat. So give me 1 second. Since I'm already on Reddit, I just want to show you guys. I want to prove, chat, that people don't want good quality videos. Fair play. Hold on. It should be on the front page. And then I'll pitch an idea for a video, which I know you guys are going to say is terrible, but I'm gonna make it anyways. All right, hold on. This is it. A damn interesting video explaining Yu-Gi-Oh in Egyptian mythology. And I watched this video this morning, chat.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh.
You mean that idiot Yassine? I don't think anyone watches Yassine. Unless maybe he posted some Master Duel videos, but yeah, no, I don't. That's just shitty replays. This video, I watched this video this morning and I was like, bro, this video's every bit as good as like a rank 10 video. And nobody watched it, chat. Here, we'll just watch. Why are you guys saying it's cringe? Y'all be the same people that be like, the Rada's videos are the greatest thing ever. And you give this video a chance. Hold on. The algorithm has to push your video. It's not our fault.
I also like talking about mythology. So guess what this video is going to be about?
Have you watched the video? If you haven't watched the video, press 1 if you've seen this video before. I'm going to press 1 because I've seen it. If you haven't seen the video, then yeah, it is your fault. You should have known it existed. Just know, forehead.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I also like talking about mythology. So guess what this video is going to be about? I'm going to tell you about some reference.
He even fucking sounds like Rada. I think I realized that he even sounds like Rada. He's got that whole weird European thing going on. He even fucking sounds like Rada.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I also like talking about mythology. So guess what this video is going to be about? I'm going to tell you about some reference to Egyptian mythology in the original Yu-Gi-Oh anime. Now obviously this video is by no means comprehensive. In fact, it is actually just an excuse for me to talk about two things that I like for about 10 minutes or so. That's it. Let's start with the main plot of the show and how it relates to Egyptian thought. See, the main plot is that the pharaoh has to recover his memories in order to move on to the afterlife, and the only way for him to do that is by learning his name. This is because he is Egyptian, and for the ancient Egyptians, names were a big deal. Knowing someone's name was powerful knowledge. With the right name, you could even bend the will of a god. And so it is fitting that for the pharaoh, learning his name carries so much weight. However, he doesn't just have any random name. His name is Atem, which is a variation of the name Atum. Now, Atum is a very important deity in the Egyptian pantheon, but what's worth noting here is that the word Atum can mean something akin to the completed one. And you can see this reflected in Pharaoh Atem. For the majority of the story, the pharaoh has no idea who he is. It is only until the final arc when he learns his name that he regains his memories. And after that, after he learns who he is, he moves on to the afterlife and the story is over. After the pharaoh learns his name, he becomes the completed one, both metaphorically and literally. Also, while we're talking about names, the word Atem backwards reads meta, which is how Yu-Gi-Oh players refer to the
This part was kind of whack.
competitive aspect of the card game. Obviously not intentional, but it is kind of funny how things work out. Now, let's talk about the god cards, because I have a couple of things to say about them. First of all, although they are referred to as the god cards, they are technically not actual Egyptian gods in their own universe. That sounds confusing, but let me explain. See, we call this card Slifer, but in Japanese, it's called Osiris. Its full name could be rendered as the Celestial Dragon of Osiris. Obelisk is similar. Its Japanese full name can be translated as the Divine Soldier of the Obelisk. Ra, on the other hand, wasn't changed. In either Japanese or English, he is the Winged Dragon of Ra. Did you notice the pattern there? This is the Celestial Dragon of Osiris, and this is the Winged Dragon of Ra. The god cards aren't gods at all. They are property of the actual Egyptian gods. When
you guys buying that? So I heard him and I was like, I don't know. Like you guys buying that they're not actually gods themselves, but they're like servants of Hecate? You know what I mean? Yeah, but like, do most people know? No, most people don't know that. Most people just assume that they are like actual gods, and it's like, hold on, not really. Maybe I just never thought of that. They serve fake gods. I'm just saying. Would explain why they're bad. I mean,
Atem fuses the three god cards while fighting Zork. What he's essentially doing is rubbing the three god cards against each other to get the attention of an actual Egyptian god. And it works. A proper Egyptian god shows up.
By the way, I had no idea any of this even happened, chat. I'm like, wait, what? So Yugi fuses the three gods and summons Hecate in the end. I'm like, I didn't fucking know that.
And it is not any random god either. Atem calls the...
Who cares about this arc? This show, who cares about this arc? Like,
actual
seriously.
sun god Ra in his most powerful form.
I don't care about this arc at all. If that makes me fake, then I'm fake. I don't care about this arc at all, I do. Okay.
Here we go. Time to play on MD. Time for me to lose hardcore and then have it feel like rated all over again.
Thank you very much, Presley Blood. Thank you for that donation. The last season is good. It is literally a summation of everything in the show. Not Waking the Dragons is not.
Of course, on the ancient Egyptian view of the sun. And I want to be clear here that what I'm about to say is disgustingly simplified. But the short reductive version is that the ancient Egyptians believed the sun was on a perpetual process.
But who cares? Like, I hear what you guys are saying. Like, oh, Cap, it ties up everything. And like, I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! To like for the grand story of Atem. I didn't care. Like I cared about the micro stories. I cared about saving Grandpa and Rare Hunters and Merrick's Ambit. I didn't give a fuck about the Pharaoh learning his name. Like who cares? Like get back to the throwing motherfuckers off of trains. You know, like that's the reason I watch. Let's throw some people off of trains. Let's have my turn evil. Let's have Seal or I don't care about the Pharaoh getting his memory back. Like I don't care about that. You know?
Of aging and rejuvenation.
Throw the blacks first. Weevil. Okay.
At sunrise, the sun was young. At sunset, the sun was old. And at noon, when the sun was at its highest, it was also at its strongest, and the Egyptians called that Horakti. In a way, Horakti is the most powerful form of the sun god Ra.
God, I should only shoot him on Saturday. Thank you very much, Toad Mage. Thank you for that donate, or excuse me. Thank you for resubscribing. 4 months of grown ass toadliness or mageness, whichever one floats your boat. I appreciate the support, my friend. Thank you very much. Monster exactly. That's why you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat. Darts makes a reference to the event in the last arc, so technically Orichalco's arc gets in there.
And this is what Atem is summoning. Also, Horakti nukes Zork into oblivion, creating a giant explosion that should probably kill everybody because they were all right besides Zork. But at the end, it turns out that the real power were the friends we made along the way or whatever, so just don't think about it, I guess. Now, since we were talking about the sun, let's talk about another solar illusion. Ra's
3 minutes in, chat. Good video, bad video. I just don't understand. What's up, Trish? I just don't understand how someone could look at this and be like, this video is bad, blah, 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 blah. Like, but then look at someone like Rada who basically does the same exact thing, and like, nobody watched this guy, chat. Like, this guy never popped off. He made a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh videos like this. I'm sure they're all excellent. No one ever watched them. Like, it's so sad. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh video. It's automatically subpar. People don't respect the lore. The power of friendship always wins. Yeah, no, this is how is this how is it bad? Just explain to me, chat, how this video is bad. And I swear to goodness, if you guys say cringy jokes, cool. That's literally what the entire Yu-Gi-Oh community wants right now. Is just cringy comedy. So don't tell me it's cringy. Don't tell me cringy comedy is like not high quality or not what you guys want. Because right now that's all you guys are watching. Except the only exception is Big Pimpin'. He's a real one because he's like this. He's the same shit he liked like 3 years ago is the same shit he likes now. He doesn't ride waves, so like I give it up to you because I say so. Rada has a cult. I like the information. I think the video's good.
Fear mode.
Like I watched this, and I mean I'm not someone who generally cares about some of like the super niche stuff in the anime, but I was like, bro, this video is pretty good. The editing's good.
The show, when you normal summon Ra,
like
he appears as a golden ball, and by reciting a mystical chant, Ra comes out. This sphere mode represents two things. The first and most obvious, the golden sphere represents the sun, and the winged dragon of Ra comes out of the sphere, just like the ancient Egyptians believed the sun god Ra arose every morning in the horizon. The second reference of Ra's sphere mode is tied to one of the various ancient Egyptian creation myths. See, the ancient Egyptians had more than one creation story. For them, this wasn't contradictory at all. The way the ancient Egyptians saw it, all these creation myths had similar themes. For them, all these different stories about creation were simply variants of true events. In one of those creation myths, the first thing that is formed from nothingness is an egg, and from that egg is born a bird. The bird then squawks really loud and creates the universe. Going back to Yu-Gi-Oh!, Ra's sphere mode represents this primordial egg. This is the reason why Ra looks more like a bird than a dragon. Speaking of birds, the bird that was formed from the primordial egg was called a Bennu bird, although today you know it by its Greek name, the phoenix. That's right, the phoenix is an Egyptian creature, and that is why in the show, Ra has a phoenix mode.
That's insane! I never knew that. Like, even though Ra is a dragon, Ra has a phoenix mode and an egg. Like, this is all like real. Like, I never knew that shit. I'm like, that is kind of interesting that like Ra has 3 different forms, and all the other like gods have just one. And but Ra has like an egg form, a dragon form, and a phoenix form. And it's like, oh, because that's how Egyptians believe like the universe. Like, I don't know, but according to Twitch chat. Video's terrible. Just dislike it, Cap. This video's. I'm like, I think the video's good, but according to you guys, like, video's trash. Here you go, Selza. Phoenix is still poultry, so you can technically eat it. It's good. I think the video's good. It's just like it's said that like I don't know. I get the whole algorithm thing, chat, but like to me as a content creator, it's upsetting to see. I'm sure this guy put a ton of work into it, and 1,300 people watched the video, chat. Like, that, to me, that's just upsetting. And this freaking video came out 6 months ago. It's not even long. It's not like this video is like 5 years old. This video came out 6 months ago.
While we're discussing symbolism, this has nothing to do with Egyptian mythology, by the way, but I always thought it was kind of neat. So, have you ever noticed that the 3 god cards have a blue gem on their forehead? Well, these stones represent the blue vault above one's head. In other words, the sky, or more specifically in this case, heaven. The blue gem is a stylistic way to convey their divine provenance. Except in the movie, because in the movie, Obelisk has a red gem on his head. Not sure if that was a mistake or intended. If it was done on purpose, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the red gem could symbolize. But jewelry aside, another significant thing for this video that is worth pointing out is the fact that Atem's god card is Slifer, because like I said before, in Japanese, Slifer is called Osiris. In Egyptian myth, Osiris was the god of the afterlife, and the pharaoh's whole thing is that he has to move on to the afterlife. So, thematically, it is appropriate that his god card is the one that is tenuously linked to the afterlife. That's why Slifer is placed above the other god cards in that big rock that Ishizu shows Kaiba. In that instance, Slifer is meant to symbolize the afterlife, where Pharaoh must go. Now, as we already discussed, the god cards were tools, pets, property of the actual Egyptian gods. An Egyptian god could order the god cards to do whatever, but so could Pharaoh Atem. And the reason for that is because in Egyptian thought, the pharaohs were divine. See, there's this god called...
Ew. What's going on here? Hold on. I guess I didn't pop... This looks weird. It just looks nasty. Looks like they're like... Are these like babies or something? Like, this is disturbing. Like, by 2000 alien. No, it just looks weird. It looks like these are adults and these are like babies, but they're naked. This is not 2022 appropriate.
That is because in Egyptian thought, the pharaohs were divine. See, there's this god called Horus. He was the god of many things. The Egyptian gods are very complex and multifaceted. More than being the god of the thing, they were the thing. Like, for example, Ra is not the god of the sun. He is the sun. The ball of light you see every day is supposed to be the physical body of the chief deity in the Egyptian pantheon. Now, back to Horus. Horus was the embodiment of many things. One of them was rulership, kingship. He embodied that concept because the Egyptian gods are abstract beings. I'm gonna repeat myself here, but the Egyptian gods weren't the god of the thing. They were the thing. And now, because pharaohs were the kings of Egypt, they were by extension connected to Horus. And because of that connection, the pharaohs were considered divine. And so, going back to Yu-Gi-Oh!, Atem is a pharaoh. He is directly connected to the god Horus. And this divine connection gives him authority over the god cards. And that's why he can call them whenever he wants and make them do his bidding. Now you might say, wait a second, Kaiba's not a pharaoh and he can control Obelisk just fine. Explain that, nerd. And believe it or not, that can also be explained. See, we call this character Kaiba, but that's his last name. His first name is Seto, which is a transliteration of the name Seth. Seth was the name of an Egyptian god. Kaiba's last name is also pretty significant, but for that I have to briefly talk about the ancient Egyptian concept of the soul. Do be warned that the ancient Egyptian concept of a soul is wildly different from our modern understanding and actually very complex. So what I'm about to tell you is an obscenely simplified version. So the Egyptians believed that the soul was split into many pieces. The 3 main fragments, if you will, were called the Ak, the Ka, and the Ba. With that last piece of information, let's go back to Kaiba and analyze his full name. This is the god Seth, in both Ka and Ba, in both heart and soul. In other words, just like the pharaoh is an avatar of the god Horus, Kaiba is an avatar of the god Seth. What's fun about this is that it explains why in the movie Kaiba can summon obelisks seemingly out of nowhere. Another interesting parallel between Kaiba and the god Seth is that in Egyptian mythology, Seth was known and feared for his immense strength and cunning. And you can see these 2 characteristics in Kaiba. Kaiba is hilariously smart and he has a ridiculously strong willpower. Another interesting parallel is that in Egyptian mythology, the gods Seth and Horus were mortal enemies, just like Kaiba and the pharaoh are rivals in the show. Now let's talk about something else like the Millennium items. It is no coincidence that the pharaoh's Millennium item is a pyramid. Pyramids were tombs, so thematically, it is fitting that Atem's soul is sealed in the Millennium Puzzle. Just like ancient Egyptians believed, one's soul would reside in a pyramid before ascending to heaven. Also, in the stone tomb where all the Millennium Puzzles are stored, the Millennium Puzzle is placed on the chest of the stone figure. This is fitting because the soul of the pharaoh is sealed in the Millennium Puzzle.
Is this from the anime, chat? There's like a tomb that has all the Millennium, because it looks like the rod, I think that's Shaddy's thing, the puzzle, that's Merrick's. Who had the scales? That was like a pretty shitty item, right? Was that a Shizu? Like scales or something? Fake fan. I just like, is there a person in here or something? Like, it can't be a Tim. That'd be crazy. Just Shaddy? Shaddy had scales? Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, wait. Ashizu had the necklace. So, hold on. Yeah. What did Bakura have? Rod? Like, yeah, what did Bakura have then? Shaddy had a key. The ring. Okay. I'm forgetting. There's so many fucking items. All right, whatever.
Puzzle is placed on the chest of the stone figure, which is an allusion at the fact that the Egyptians believed the soul physically resided in one's heart. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I love talking about this stuff. I could keep going, but let's be real. You could and should be watching something better than this. So how about we wrap this up? But
he even has that, like, Rata self-deprecate. I don't know, chat. I feel like this is like Bizarro Rata, to be completely honest.
Before I end this,
like Bizarro
one last thing. It's gonna be interesting, I promise. Have you ever wondered what Exodia is supposed to be? Well, there's two answers. First, it's the real and...
I don't know if I believe this, but prepare to have your mind blown, chat. What do you guys think Exodia is supposed to be? I guess in like the canon of Yu-Gi-Oh! The devil. He recognizes it's bad. A person. Well, that's not very descriptive. A person? That's not very specific. Tim's dad. Jesus. It's Americans.
What Exodia is supposed to be? Well, there's two answers. First, it's the real and boring answer. And the other is purely headcanon, but I think it's pretty cool and fun. So the real answer first. Exodia is supposed to represent the god Osiris. In Egyptian myth, Osiris was split into pieces, which is why Exodia is separated into 5 cards. Also, Exodia has a corpse-looking mouth to represent his mummified status, just like the god Osiris was mummified. So that's the real non-headcanon answer. Exodia represents Osiris.
Wait for
now,
it.
let's talk about the cool interpretation. Exodia's name is a play on the word Exodus. The book of Exodus is one of the first 5 books of the Bible, and it's about how the Hebrews were freed from Egyptian slavery. Exodia's arms and legs are chained to symbolically represent this subjugation. Furthermore, in the English version of the 5 pieces of Exodia, you can see a strange symbol behind Exodia. This symbol is the trap card Spellbinding Circle. In Japanese, the card looks like this. This hexagram can also be seen in the Star of David. So Exodia is heavily linked with the ancient Israelites. And in the manga, he is referred to as a god. Now riddle me this. Which god is connected to the Israelites? That's right, when you summon Exodia, you are actually summoning the god of the Bible.
Boom!
As if Exodia...
Mind blown, chat. Like, apparently you're actually just summoning God. Exodia is just God, chat. No, not Jesus. He wasn't born yet. Have you guys not read the Bible? Chat, have you guys not read the Bible? Jesus is not in the Old Testament, chat. You guys might not believe this. I've actually read like probably half the Bible. I guarantee you guys, I guarantee the chat will be like, no, you haven't. Like, no, serious. I've actually like read half the Bible, chat. No. That is so not true. That is so not true. Super Canadian. The Bible is not boring. Like, even if you're not religious at all, chat, if you wanted to just read the Bible and just like take everything with a grain of salt, the stories in there are crazy. Seriously, people getting eaten by whales and the hedonism and You know, motherfuckers getting all types of murdered, and no, the Bible's not boring at all. It is written in a way that can be difficult to read. But like the actual stories in the Bible are not boring at all. Like, no. My favorite book, what do you guys think my favorite book is, chat? I feel like you guys can probably guess it, but you shouldn't be able to guess it, if that makes sense. What do you guys think my favorite Bible Black Bible? Is the Bible real? That depends on who you ask. I can't answer that question, chat. I read half the Bible. Yeah, me too. Exodus, no. Randallus, that's not a book. Green Eggs and Ham. No real guesses other than Exodus. Seriously, the Book of Job. I don't think Job has a. I vaguely remember that. I don't think Job has a book in the Bible. Book of Moon, I guessed. Oh, Revelation. That's the last book. Isn't Revelation the last one? So no, I haven't read that. No, my favorite book is Kings, and actually, I think there's definitely two, but there might be 3 Kings books, chat. Like the whole like story of the Bible. Once you get to like Kings, it's so crazy. Because I want to say, like, the book of Samuel is around that time too. Because like Samuel was a king. It's like a book of the kings, and it's like 2 of them. But then the kings are like certain people too in the book. Kings 2 is bad. Sequels are bad. Who's my favorite character in the Bible? Probably Samuel. He was like a king, and like this gonna sound stupid, chat, but like the whole time I was reading like the book of Samuel, I just like mentally visioned him, or I mentally just kept imagining him as like Samuel L. Jackson, you know? No, not me. Like I kept thinking of him of like Samuel L. Jackson. So like I don't know, because isn't that like the most famous Samuel you can think? If I just said name a famous person named Samuel, you guys would all be like Samuel Jackson. So I just kept thinking of like Samuel Jackson the whole time. Hold